Yo, what's up guys? It's your boy Callen here, and today I'm going to be showing you how I made this sound right here. Let's go ahead and dive in. Alright guys, so first things first, we're going to want to go ahead and open up Oscillator 2 and Oscillator 3. Oscillator 1, we're going to go ahead and go into the glunk folder, and we're going to click on Corpus Mode Phaser. Oscillator 3, we're going to set this to factory mode, click the basic shapes, and make this a sine wave. Next, you're going to bring this down about 12 semitones. Make sure that we leave this on effects and not direct out. From here, we're going to bring up the frame to about 16 on Oscillator 2. Next, we're going to want to use the spectral morph knob and set this to formant scale. We're going to bring it down to about 35.2. Turn on sync mode and bring this up just a little bit. Don't forget to set the units into 2 voices. It's also important to note that we want to bring down the level on each oscillator just a little bit. So we're going to bring this one down to about 150. We're going to bring our sub oscillator down to about 420. Next, we're going to bring down our output gain to about -12, as we're going to be cranking up our distortion later and we don't want to be clipping. All right, so the first thing we want to do in the envelope 1 is to bring up our delay a little bit, bring our attack up just a little bit. All right, moving down to LFO 1, we're going to go ahead and make a shape that sort of looks something like this. We're going to drag LFO 1 to the sync, and we're going to change this to about 580, somewhere around there. Also, don't forget to bring down the phase. Next, we're going to utilize LFO 2, and we're going to leave it as a triangle shape. Next, we're going to change our tempo to a quarter note, but instead of normal, we're going to go to tempo dotted. From here, we're going to drag LFO 2 to Oscillator 2's pitch, crank the knob all the way up. After that, we want to go ahead and bring macro 1 to the tempo, turn this knob all the way up. Now from here, we can use macro 1 to control the vibrato of the sound. That sounds nice right about there. Now that we have a basic structure of how the sound is going to be, we can go ahead and move over to the effects tab. From here, we're going to turn on our compressor. It should already be set to multiband mode, but we do want to bring the mix down just a little bit. Bring it down to about 757. We're going to bring up our attack to around 65%, and our release up to around 54%. And already we can hear a difference in the sound. The next thing that we're going to add in our effects chain is our distortion. This should already be set to soft clip mode. All you got to do is crank the drive up to about 20 dB. This is by far the most important step of this entire sound, so make sure that you don't forget to do this step. Next thing I want to do is just clean up the sound a little bit, so I'm going to add a notch filter. We're going to leave the cutoff at about 80, but we're going to use LFO 1 to control the amount, and we're going to bring this down just a little bit. Bring it down to around 37. And as you can see, the notch filter is doing some work, just cleaning up some of those nasty low mids that we don't need in the sound. If you want to clean up the highs, you can also turn on the high button, bring down the resonance, and then adjust the cutoff. Last but not least, we're going to go ahead and add some reverb just to give the sound some more space. Feel free to move these knobs around to your own preference until you get a sound that you like. Maybe bring down the mix a little bit. And just like that, you guys got yourself a really sick sustain bass that you can use in all of your tracks. Play around with the macro knob to get different results. And if you guys like today's video, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe for more content.